G'day, Troy Dean, Director of Geeky Stuff at Tonto Digital, and in this video I want to walk you through a very simple model to help you measure your return on investment in social media and digital marketing. And I'm also going to give you a free mind map and return on investment calculator spreadsheet and actually walk you through how to use these tools to measure your return on investment. Why am I doing this? Because I've just come back from 2 keynote presentations for the Certified Practicing Accountants Public Practice Conferences in Victoria, at Lawn in Victoria, and the Blue Mountains in New South Wales. And no surprise, coming back from a public practice accounting conference, one of the big questions that came out of the keynotes was, how do we measure return on investment for ourselves and for our clients if they're going to get their feet wet in social media and digital marketing? So I decided to put some tools together to show that you can measure return on investment. Simply put, return on investment is calculated with a very simple formula. It is the return or the gain from the investment minus the initial cost of the investment divided by the initial cost of the investment. So for example, if you invest $500 into an activity and you make $1,000 as a result of that activity, the formula looks like this. The gain from the investment is $1,000 minus the cost of the investment, $500, divided by the cost of the investment, $500. So it would be $1,000 minus 500 equals 500. Divide that by the initial cost of the investment, 500, gives us a figure of 1, and we then multiply that by 100 to express it as a percentage, which in this case is a 100% return on investment. So in other words, I invest $1, I make 2 back, which is a $1 profit. So it's a 100% return on investment. So let's get into the mind map and the spreadsheet and show you exactly how we do this and show you a very simple process to measure your return on investment.
Okay, here's a very simple mind map that walks us through the process we need to go through in order to calculate the time and cost involved in implementing a simple digital marketing strategy so that we can then put that information into a spreadsheet and calculate our return on investment. First things first, we need to know what it is we're trying to achieve. So what is the goal that we are aiming for here? And typically this will be something like capture email addresses into our database so that we can then nurture those leads and turn them into clients, or increase incoming phone inquiries. If it is phone inquiries, you'll need to set up a separate phone number that you can track, or you'll need to qualify people when they call up and ask them how they found you so that you can measure how many of those phone inquiries are coming from your website. In our example, we're going to capture email addresses, and our goal is going to be to collect 100 email addresses in a 1-month period into our database. You need to have a time frame on this too, so that at the end of the time frame you can actually sit down and measure whether or not it's been a success. So how are we going to collect 100 email addresses? Well, we need to have a very strong offer that is highly relevant for those people to sign up for. So it might be a free ebook or a white paper related to their industry, or in our case, it's a free mind map and spreadsheet to help you calculate your return on investment. Then you need to be measuring goal conversions in Google Analytics. This is a crucial part of the puzzle that most people miss. A goal conversion in Google Analytics simply shows you how many people sign up for the offer and end up on the thank you or the confirmation page. There's a link under this video off to a support page in Google that shows you how to set up goal conversions in Google Analytics. I strongly recommend you take 5 minutes of your life and learn what this is all about. Doesn't mean that you need to know how to do it. You just need to know how to brief your web guys so that they have goal conversions set up in Google Analytics. Otherwise, you can't measure what it is you're doing. It's not a difficult process. Again, if you have got this set up in Google Analytics, it just makes it very easy to measure your cost per sale or your cost per lead. So you know that you've collected 100 email addresses at the end of the month because Google shows you those goal conversions. And you know how much it's cost you to do this exercise, so that's your cost per lead. And then if you convert 5 of those email addresses into a client, then you know what your cost per sale is. Okay, now we have a very clear goal in mind and we know what our offer is. It's time to work out how many people we need to get to visit our website in order to collect these 100 email addresses. So we call these conversions, and you should be aiming for about a 20% conversion rate. That is, for every 100 people that visit your website, you should be able to collect 20 email addresses. If you're not getting 20% conversion rate, then you need to have a look at your offer it's either not relevant for the people visiting your website, or it hasn't got a high enough perceived value for them to actually sign up for it. So again, Google goal conversions will actually show you the percentage that you are converting, and you should be aiming for 20%. Now that means in our case, we need 500 people to visit our website to capture 100 email addresses. The landing page best practice link under this video will take you off to a website which shows you the best practices for putting together a landing page to get good conversions. So if you're not getting 20%, look at your landing page and make sure it adheres to these best practices, and look at the offer that you're making and make sure that that is relevant and valuable enough for your audience. On the back end of this, once those people sign up and you've got the email addresses in your database, you need to have an email autoresponder set up to nurture those leads and turn them into clients. And again, under the video, there's a link off to Aweber and Campaign Monitor, which are very, very low cost systems to use to enable you to automatically email these people when they sign up into your database. So we need to get 500 people to visit our website, and hopefully we've got our landing page set up right and our offer is good enough, and we'll collect 20% of those email addresses, which is 100. So how are we going to get 500 people to visit our website? Okay. Now, don't panic. This actually isn't as complicated as it looks. These are the sources of potential traffic that we can use to get people to visit our website. Again, very important that we're measuring traffic sources in Google Analytics. Very simple. In Google Analytics on the dashboard, it will show you where the people who are visiting your website are coming from, whether or not they're coming from search engines, from Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or from other websites. So we need to be measuring where the traffic is coming from, because if you've got a lot of traffic coming from LinkedIn and no one from Twitter, then I'd be putting more effort into LinkedIn. So these are the obvious ones. Search engines. You need to make sure that your landing page has the relevant keywords on it to attract the type of client that you're trying to attract. And a little tool here, the Google AdWords keyword tool, will help you work out what these keywords are and what people are searching for. Twitter, you need to start tweeting engaging little headlines to get people to click on your link, come through to your landing page, and then sign up for your offer. LinkedIn, you can make contributions to groups in LinkedIn, and you can also just have a status update in LinkedIn with a link back to your landing page. And Facebook, you can set up a specific tab on your Facebook page which encourages people to like your Facebook page and then go through to your landing page and sign up for your offer. Again, here are some resources to help you with this. Hootsuite or Sprout Social are very low cost, if not free. Hootsuite certainly has a free account that allows you to automate all of this stuff here, so that you can set these postings up to go out over the course of a week to Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And really, you can get this down to about half an hour worth of work, and you can have all of your social media postings automated for the whole week. PPC advertising, in our case, we might use Facebook advertising or LinkedIn advertising or Google AdWords to drive people to our landing page and then get them to sign up for the offer. And we might also take out a small ad in a highly targeted newsletter. In our case, it might be the Flying Solo newsletter, or it might be another small business newsletter that we advertise in. So that is how we get 500 people to visit our website in order to capture 100 email addresses, in order to convert 5 to 10% of those email addresses into clients. And this mind map then allows us to work out how much time is required and the costs involved in implementing this strategy. So now let's take that information and put it into the spreadsheet and calculate our return on investment. Okay, now let's look at our very simple return on investment calculator spreadsheet. We're going to take all of the information that we've gathered by going through the mind map and put it into our ROI calculator to measure whether or not this thing has worked. So we have decided that we're going to spend $250 on LinkedIn advertising to drive people to our landing page. We are then going to calculate the software that we use. A combination of Hootsuite, Sprout Social, and Aweber costs us $30 for the month. We know that website hosting costs us about $20 for the month. And we've worked out in this example, and this is just for the sake of this example, that we're going to spend 4 hours implementing this strategy for the month, and that is totally realistic, by the way. And for the sake of this example, we're going to say that our amortized costs are about $200 per hour, including wages and rent, computer leases, outgoing. So $200 an hour at 4 hours for the month gives us $800. So the total investment for us to run this strategy is $1,100, and this is totally realistic. I'm not being conservative or liberal here. This is a pretty realistic estimate. Now, the return at the end of the month, I can pull up Google Analytics and have a look at some website statistics, and I can also have a look at the leads that I've captured and the sales that I've made. So, website visits, I'm going to say that we received 420 visits to our website. We captured 80 email addresses. We made 8 sales, and each of those sales was worth about $500. So that's $4,000 in sales. Now, if we have a look at the rest of the calculator, we can see here that our total return is $4,000. So to calculate return on investment, our total return is $4,000. The total investment was $1,100. That gives us a total return less investment, or what we call ROI, of $2,900. Then to work out our return on investment, our actual return on investment, we look at our return less investment of $2,900, and we divide that by our investment of $1,100, and that gives us our percentage return on investment, which in this case is 263.64% return on investment, which in this case is a great result. The other metrics that we're measuring here are our cost per visitor. So it cost us $2.62 for every one of those 420 people to visit our website. Cost us $13.75 to capture each one of those email addresses. Cost us $138 to make each one of those sales. The landing page is converting at 19.05%. We would like that to be 20%. And our sales are converting at 10%. So for every 10 leads we capture, we're going to convert one of those into a sale. So the whole point of this exercise is to measure the return on our investment so that we can first of all make a business case and say, well, yes, this is an idea worth pursuing. And second of all, we can measure it at the end of the month and see what worked and what didn't, and see what we have to improve to get a better result next time, whether that's number of visits to the website, number of leads captured, number of sales. The metrics that we look at is bringing our cost per sale and cost per lead down, increasing our landing page conversion and increasing our sales conversions. So that really allows us to measure our performance and get better over time. Now in this spreadsheet, we've included a blank version of the ROI calculator so that you can fill it in and use it. And we've also included this example so you can see how we've done it. So if you want to get a free copy of this mind map and the return on investment calculator spreadsheet, just tell us where to send it. Put your email address in at the bottom of this article, and we'll send you your own copy of the mind map and the return on investment calculator spreadsheet so that you can start measuring your return on investment. And for more free tips and resources, feel free to visit our blog and connect with us at tontodigital.com.